for tuning in. I am Vonya Alleyne, and you are watching Cox Connections only on Cox 9. The Mill Mountain Star has been overlooking the Roanoke Valley for nearly 3 generations. This past November, it turned 65 years old. It is the Christmas decoration that Roanoke residents would not let the city take down. Joining me is Mayor David Bowers and the man who flipped the switch that illuminated the star during its dedication ceremony back in 1949, Bob Kinsey. Good morning, Mayor. Good morning, Bob. Thank you for being with me today.
Thank you.
So I'll start with you, Bob. Can you tell us about the story of how the Mill Mountain Star came about?
Well, the Retail Merchants Association and the Chamber of Commerce were having a debate about what to do, what to spend their budget for the Christmas decorations for 1949 for Roanoke would be. And there was quite a discussion among a number of Roanoke people of interest, and they finally came up with the idea of doing the star.
Wonderful.
And of 100 little stars downtown for the Christmas decorations.
Terrific.
So it was intended just for a Christmas decoration. Had no interest in making it a lifelong attraction to the city of Roanoke.
And for those who may not be familiar with your family story or history, can you tell us about how your family specifically really engineered, designed this star?
Well, it was, once the decision was made, we had to determine how large it needed to be visible from downtown, which took a little experimenting. And then it was just designed to last, even though it was only intended to be a temporary Christmas decoration.
And Mayor, I'll turn to you. Tell us, what does the Roanoke Star mean to you specifically and to Roanoke residents?
Well, Bob is absolutely right. It was put up as a Christmas decoration. Now, 65 years later, it's still in Roanoke. It is the symbol of our city. It's a National Historic Site, by the way. And I tell folks, you can't go to St. Louis without seeing the arch, or to San Francisco without seeing the bridge, and you can't come to Roanoke without seeing the star. From that view, just below the star, you can see the magnificent Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia and a great 6-time All-America city of Roanoke. It's a fabulous, magnificent view. The star, I think, to Roanokers is a symbol of our wanting to reach for the stars, if you will. We're an all-America city, but we're always trying to make our dreams come true in Roanoke, I think. And that's why it's such a unique and wonderful symbol for Roanoke being the star city. We're always trying to reach and make things better for ourselves and for our families, our business, and our community.
Great. And Bob, I'll turn back to you. So I've read recently that the star is the largest man-made illuminated object in the world, I believe. Is that your understanding as well?
Well, that's what I've been told. I have not done the research.
Let's claim it, Bob.
We'll claim it. We'll claim it.
Fantastic.
It's freestanding. The one in Knoxville is just individual lights fastened on the side of a mountainside. No structure, it's just lights attached to the vertical side of a mountain.
So can you take us back to that day in 1949 when you flipped the switch? What was the essence of the community, of the residents? How were you selected to flip the switch as opposed to your brothers or your father? Can you just take us back to that day?
Well, I was just making the final electric inspection that afternoon, and they asked for a temporary switch, and I didn't have time to make the switch, so I just gave the mayor a little switch with a wire running up into the shrubbery and disappearing, not hooked to anything, but he didn't know that. So I'm just standing inside the big electric cabinet on the back side of it, and I can hear, of course, it's being broadcast or with a loudspeaker, so I could hear what was going on and knew when to turn it on.
Mayor Minton was a lot like mayors of today. We think we turned the switch, but there's always someone behind the scenes who's really doing the hard work.
That's right, that's right.
Well, they had a little manual handle on the time clock that automatically controlled it, that I could just turn it on and off manually from the back.
Great. And Mayor, when you think of the Star and the visitors that come to the Star, can you give us an idea of the numbers of residents, visitors that view the Star annually? Do we have any statistics?
Gosh, I don't know, but just in recent years, we've had several hundred travel journalists come into Roanoke under the auspices of our Convention and Visitors Bureau. I always have an opportunity to welcome them to Roanoke, those journalists, right there at the Star. It's just fascinating. I mean, it's for once I can kind of open up by saying, do I really need to say anything more? Because they're looking out on that magnificent view and this unique star overseeing our city, and it is as I said, the symbol of our city. It's a great attraction as well. Thousands, millions, I guess, have been up to see that star.
Great. Thank you. So in closing, I actually recently went to the Star and had the opportunity to see myself on the webcam that's up there. Can you tell us, when was that feature integrated into the Star? Just very high tech, very current?
I'm not sure when that was.
Just in the last few years, you can go to StarCam on the internet. We have a sign that informs visitors that they can call up their friends back in Vermont or Minnesota. They can see them live there while they're visiting the Star in Roanoke, Virginia. So it is a new feature to our attraction of folks coming up to see the Star.
Terrific. Well, Mayor Bowers, thank you for joining me. Bob Kinsey, it is a delight to have you on set and to really understand the history of the Mill Mountain Star from you, from day one, and certainly, Mayor, your perspective more recently on what the Star really means to the Roanoke Valley community, the citizens, the residents that come visit us. So thank you very much for joining me today and sharing the story with all of our viewers.
Thank you.
I'd like to close with Tom Bodine's little ad for the Motel 6. We'll leave a light on for you.
Thank you.
Leave the Star on for you.
We'll leave the Star on for you.
Light.
That's right. Well, thank you both for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
To learn more about the story behind the Mill Mountain Star, visit the Cox 9 website under Cox Connections and search for Mill Mountain Star. Before you go, I want to personally thank you for choosing Cox Communications for your entertainment, information, and communication needs. We know you could have chosen another provider, but because you chose us, we promise to provide you with quality products backed up by a talented local team of professionals. I am Vonya Alleyne, and we will see you next time on Cox Connections.